Whoa. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Hope everyone's having a good day. I don't know why you can't see me. You for sure should be able to. Okay, well, that's clearly not right. Testing schedule? No. It's not even on there. Okay, well. What's up, Pootie? I really thought today was going to be the day that I had a seamless transition into stream. As it turns out, it was not that day. Why are you seeing that? That's the wrong screen. I don't understand. Right idea, wrong screen. Like, for some reason, it's not even showing up as an option. Which is weird, because I can see it. I know it exists. Let me try this. A capture specific window. No, it didn't work. Man, I swear, every time, and it's always something new. If it wasn't something new, it would be easy to fix. Oh, I might see it this time. There we go. All right, well, I don't know why that was weird, but we're fixed. Let me use my own video here momentarily. Just to get this dialed in. Oh, this is going to be the wrong size, though. Let me use one of yours. Boom. Yeah, I just needed a quick video so I can resize this for you. There's a couple of these we haven't looked at, though. And I don't remember which ones they were. So we are going to have to look at a couple of them. because I don't remember which ones we looked at, which ones we didn't, but I know some of them are new. And I wanted to go over the bicep curls again really quickly. I think we left some stuff at the end that we didn't go over. I also wanted to talk really quick whether or not you were still doing that behind the back shoulder stretch with the band. Because I was doing it today and I was thinking about you, and I thought I haven't heard you talk about it in a while, which I thought was a little strange. Yeah, the one where, here, let me switch things. So the one where you're there, you can't see me at all. You're on one knee, you've got this hand behind your back, and the cable's pulling up on a 45-degree angle, and you're down on one knee. And if you're doing it as a warm-up, I don't remember putting it as a warm-up, but if I did, can we move it to the end, to after the workout now? If you're assuming you're still doing it. I never get to hear about your warm-ups and cooldowns, so I have to check every once in a while. Yeah, it's the same one. It doesn't have to be in a Smith machine, but yeah. I can draw. Hold on. So if we pretend you're not here, and oh, that doesn't make sense, does it? Hold on. And you got one arm on your leg, the other arm, whatever, coming behind the back, and then the cable coming up this way. You're facing this way. I don't need a video of it. I just wanted to see if you were still doing it. Because I've been doing it every second or every third day. And it's been feeling amazing. It started rough and was uncomfortable, but it feels really good now. All right, before we start anything, let's start with your bicep curls, because I want to go back to them, since that was one of the ones you mentioned. Assuming I can find them. This one. So we talked about potentially coming out front, and I saw you commented on the video that you were coming across the front of your body, which is good. I just wanted to just show you really quick kind of what I had in mind when I was saying that. So I'm going to actually show you. Obviously, I don't have dumbbells handy, but if we go from here, so your first movement, my legs are spread, so I'm not too high here. Your first movement is the same as the other ones. You're shifting forward just a little bit. We're using this arm. Actually, let me turn on like an angle. So we're going to shift forward just a little bit, probably coming down right beside your side. So you're shifting forward to about here. And then when you come up, if I come down a little bit, I'm almost coming like to my chin on the other side. So if I'm starting here, nice athletic position, I get that little shift, come straight across the middle, aim for, again, like you're not trying to hit yourself in the chin, obviously, but that's where you're coming up to. You can see I've got a nice 45-degree angle here. We're never here, but you're finishing here, fully contracted, and then back down into the back position. Then the other one shifts and then comes up, same thing, opposite chin. The only other thing that I really want to touch on with this is, don't want to lose that. So when you're doing a bicep curl this way and you curl, again, we're hitting the peak of the bicep right here. Watch what happens when I turn my hand. Now the peak of the butt, everything moves down. If you watch like the bump, you can see the twist in the arm. All of a sudden your bicep goes from here and it shifts all the way down. So that's what we're working on when we're doing hammer curl, is the lower part of your bicep. So you should feel a little bit lower if you didn't know that already. And of course, coming across the body there. Hopefully that makes sense. I just wanted to touch on that really quickly because we didn't really get a chance to. We were kind of rushed through the last couple exercises last time. I feel like I'm very off-centered. Hold on. There we go. I will take your silence meaning that we're good to go there. Okay. So what did we do? What did we leave last time? Because I know we didn't finish everything. We did the rows. We did the wide rows. We did the pullovers. We did the deadlifts. Did we only miss this one? What was this? Is this the pullovers again? Oh, this is the underhand tricep stuff. Okay, let's do this. Because yeah, we never got a chance to do this. And I do want to make a couple of tweaks to this. Turn the volume off. All right, so first things first, I actually want you to use a handle with this one. Because you're grabbing the ball, which technically this would be fine, but again, if we switch back, you're in this angle, and we don't want you here, or sorry, we do want you here. We just don't want you this way. This is more of a standard, like if we're doing a tricep push, it's gonna be in this direction. We're going underhand on this one. You can technically go overhand, neutral, and under. We're going under for this one. So you're gonna need a handle, and you're gonna be basically pushing down, or imagine yourself pushing down with the back of your wrist in this direction. So use the handle, grab it underneath, and actually face the machine. So you're like kind of perpendicular to the machine. I'd prefer if you were actually facing it. I am gonna break this down real quick though. I'm waiting for a delivery and I don't want to leave it at the door. Let me actually show you physically. Oops. Again, what I'm hoping for here. So if we're facing the machine, we've got the grip. Whoops. We've got the grip this way, palms up. So you're starting here, And if you can grab onto something, great. If it's kind of awkward, then it's fine. You want to probably come up to about here, so a little bit over the 90-degree mark, and then we're just pushing straight down. And you'll notice my elbow actually travels forward because we're not doing this, right? This is what people normally do. Even if you're here and you're keeping the elbow straight, I don't even know how to do that. There you go. So say you're starting here and you're going this way, you are getting tricep, but that's not as active of a tricep movement as this, right? We want that extension, so we're not cheating and pulling with everything else like our shoulder. So let's get into yours and see how you do. So obviously for this one, we're not facing the direction that we want to for what we're doing, but that's fine. We can still analyze it in the same kind of movement because you're just coming cross body here. But we'll still break it down. Maybe slow us down a little more. So interestingly, I actually don't mind this little bit of elbow travel this way, as long as when you come back, it's part of the movement and you're not pulling with the elbow in the back. So I've slowed it down a little more. Let's start it again. You get up, 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 up. This is where you're starting to push. So we've got a nice 45 degree, or yeah, 45, 90 degree angle there, not 45. The angle looks solid. Now the question is, do you pull back with the back? So far, so good. Actually looks pretty solid. A little bit of travel. Okay, it's not bad. I like it. The one thing I guess two things I'm going to be nitpicky a bit about here is here at the bottom, we're getting a bit of a wrist flex. So you're getting like almost like a twist. It's not really a twist, but that's a lot of forearm, right? The only way you can do that twist is with your forearm. So we're going to eliminate that as well. You won't be able to do it if you're underhanded because your hand's going to be facing the same direction the whole way. But for future reference, if we were doing this exercise and we look at the cable, you're no longer following the cable. You've got this rotation with the cable at the end. So you're getting a little forearm flex there, actually a lot of forearm flex there, which I know a lot of people like to do. If we were doing the rope, sometimes you'll get that rotation at the end, but we wouldn't do that with the cable. Hi, buddy. Sorry, my dog came to say hi. All right, go lay down. You're okay. Go lay down. So let's clear this. And then the second thing is just your range of motion. You're a little short on the way up, but the reason you're short on the way up is just because the cable's a little low. If you had the cable set up like 1 or 2 higher, you could probably increase your range of motion there a little bit. Yeah, this looks pretty solid. Technically, we want you turned and we want you underhanded for what we're trying to accomplish here, but in terms of what you're doing, it looks good. Some solid blur work right there. So watching this side at full speed, it looks a little like you're swinging. So be aware of that. We don't want the swing. It's just minimal, but this side looks better actually. So I don't know if it's the angle or what we're looking at here. What I do like, and you're getting in a really good habit with this, I don't want to praise you too much, but you got to give credit where credit's due. We're in a nice athletic position. You could maybe afford to increase this a little bit. But we've got a little bit of a knee bend in there, which is nice. Your hips are back more than they're forward. And you've got a little bit of a lean forward, which is nice. So we want to incorporate that into pretty much every single movement. Like, I can't think of any off the top of my head where I would be like, I want you perfectly straight up and down. Like, we want you in that, you know, functional type movement. People say functional training, and some of that is like weird stuff that I think there's a place for, don't get me wrong, but it's more of like an end of workout type thing. Like, I have some, like we've done some actually, say the dumbbell press on a ball where we're only using one arm, stuff like that where you have to like stabilize through the core is very quote unquote functional. But also doing something like a bicep curl should be functional. This, what you're doing here, even though I would probably exaggerate it a little more if I wanted it to be absolutely perfectly dialed, is functional. Like, you've got this knee bend, you've got the hips back, you're leaning forward, your chest is up. Like, that's what functional is. Is being in an athletic position, being able to have that little absorption with the muscle on the way up, and then can squeeze and contract on the way back down. Like, that's true functional training. Even though it's different than the traditional, or if you want to reverse it, the non-traditional is different from the traditional. This is still, in my mind anyway, considered functional training. So that is very important. Same goes with your bicep curls as well. If we come back to them. I can never remember which one's the right one. Oh, it's already there. Look at that. So this one, I would argue you're a little too straight up and down. You're still doing it. You can see this line is an angle. Don't think so much though. So I know it's gonna happen. You're gonna overdo it. So don't think about the lean when I say that, okay? Instead, give me a little bit more of a knee bend and the lean will come naturally. I want the knee bend and I want the hips back. Just a tad. And the lean will come on its own. Instead of being like here, it's hard to be precise here, but give me more of that. Let me see if I can act it out for you here. I don't think you're gonna be able to see, is the problem. So currently I'm like straight up and down, but I want you more like here. So if we're curling, we're coming up this way, or if we're doing a push down, we're coming down this way. Just that little bit extra. So I saw you sent me your videos today. Unfortunately, I didn't get to them all. What's up, Kevin? You got any videos for me? I was gonna actually ask you if you had any videos for me, or do you have any questions? Because I didn't get a chance to upload Pootie's extra videos from today. What would you like me to call you? I can try and remember. It is weird though, I'll tell you that. What do you want to go over? What's your next workout? That's a good question. Let's go back to the telestrator. Nothing? What do you mean nothing? Why are you not going to the gym? You just got back to the gym. I was so proud of you for going back to the gym. I don't remember if we went over this. This is an old video. You went and did squats like one day and never went back? I do appreciate the support though. It broke already because my gym buddy has been doing morning workouts. We might not have looked at your version of this, but we can go over it again. I don't think we did actually, because I don't remember going over mine, so it would make sense. Maybe we just did both bicep ones. What was the second bicep one in your program? I don't remember. I don't remember going over your second bicep one. Maybe that's what we missed too. Oh wait, we did hammer curls and regular curls. I don't know if we went over your first curls even. That might be the problem. Maybe we went over, I think we went over the hammer curls, but we didn't go over the regular ones. I mean, obviously, with the amount you've been sleeping recently, it means you're probably not going to get your morning workouts in. But you can go on your own. You're a grown up. Or even better, you could bring the wife. And she could record, and then I could go over your form. It would be perfect. Let me check something real quick here. Why in the world does the tracking on this package say somewhere between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. and yet it's now 3 p.m. and it's not here yet? I know, but I've also been taking that extra hour during the workday to get work done. Stupid work. All right, let's take a look at this. So this is my version of this. The wife actually did go at noon today. Awesome. You're gonna have to ask her how it went. Maybe I can ask her for content since you can't seem to get yourself to the gym. Okay, so let me focus here. So this bar is relatively low. Keep in mind I was in really good shape at this time, but I'm also a lot taller. I assume I'm a lot taller than you. I forget how tall you are, Pootie, but you might be able to get away with this height. So we're lowering ourselves down to here. You can see pretty close to a 90-degree angle. And most importantly, we're not losing this line. again, so our line is a little bit like this because we want the core engaged, right? If we're perfectly straight, the tendency is going to be to sag. Oh, there's the door right on cue. Give me 2 seconds. My package just arrived and I got a little unboxing that I can show you guys. I'll be right back. All right, so not as exciting as I thought. Unfortunately, we only got one package today. The big one's not coming until tomorrow. I didn't realize they split it up, which is unfortunate, but this is supposed to be the merch, but I don't think it is. I think this is, I don't know, it's a little big for the business cards. I don't know what would be in here though. But I was so excited to show you guys the clothing today, the test clothing. Oh man. Really? This huge package for a water bottle? Boo. Who sends it in 2 packages from the same place? I mean, it looks good, but... There we go. It's the most lame unboxing ever. But we got our Momentum Kinetics water bottle officially. What a letdown. All right, let's get back into this video. Where were we? Yeah, so we don't want the lag, or the sag, obviously. Can I undo that? There we go. And then directly up through the triceps. So when we push, again, we talk about this line, a couple of things actually. We want to focus on this line, and we want to notice, I have to remove that. We want to notice the grip. We've talked about this a lot. Having the wrist back is really important. Otherwise you end up doing like cranking the wrist and using the forearms. Obviously we don't want that. So as we push, you can see the wrists are back, and we've got the forearm movement, which is obviously going to happen because we're pushing. If we look at the other arm, we're a little low here, so this angle is going to change. But even then, it's pretty good. Now it changes a little bit. And similar to what we were talking about with the other tricep movement, we're getting just that little bit of elbow flex, a little elbow angle change, which is what we want in order to be able to absorb this. And again, even at the finish, the wrist position is still good. So let's clear that. We're also keeping the elbows down and underneath, which is important, and getting a nice tricep squeeze at the end. All at the same time, we're keeping this line here. So let's take a look at yours and see what we got. Where is yours? There it is. All right. Slow this down. So starting position, looks like the wrists are okay. I would probably go, so personally, I like this narrower. There's nothing necessarily wrong with your grip being this far apart. But out here, trying to do like a tricep thing this wide is going to be really awkward. It's a lot easier if you're in here and you push and extend the elbows that way. So bring your hands in a little closer together. That's the only thing I would change here though. Although you might end up, and hopefully you do it on your own. This line looks good, but you might have to shift back a little bit, because it looks like if you come down from here, you're going to hit your head on the bar. But I think this is your first set, so maybe you just correct it on your own. Let's take a look. Interesting. So I don't know if you saw what you did there. I wish I could put yours and mine side by side. If we come back, your so arms closer together. Not necessarily, so I think you have to actually move this way a little bit with your feet. Because watch your first movement. Your first movement, your arms are kind of straight and you're trying to like get your head like down this way under the bar. Your first movement isn't bending the arms, right? You're kind of like swinging your body underneath with your arms straight. I don't know how else to explain it. Like even here, you haven't bent your arms really until the very end. The extension part is actually quite good. And I'm okay with your wrist position as well, although you could afford, part of that I think is your distance. How far apart you are, it makes it a little awkward. So when you push, because you're in a good position here with your wrist position. And finishing in a good spot there. You had a couple reps at the beginning. Your first movement is here. See, we're coming down with the elbow. And the upper arm is staying on the same plane pretty much the whole way. Let me draw a line in here. You're getting a little bit of a shift, but that's good. But see that line is staying pretty much the same the whole way. Now let's come back to the beginning. Clear this. And let's give you your arm angle here. So now we've kind of shifted this way a little bit. Not much, maybe not that much, maybe there. And then it kind of, it evens out at the end. But you had that weird, like, there's like a little swoop in there. I don't know how else to explain it. I wish I could articulate it better. But the start of the movement and the bottom of the movement aren't the same. But I think it's just you were too high from the start and you're kind of swinging into it a little bit. And then also putting your hands closer together, I think will force you to be back because your hands have to be above your head. And I don't think you'll have that first rep issue. I'd be curious to see a set with this with your hands almost close, like really close together. Not touching, but like a couple inches apart. Oh, there you go. There's the discomfort because you're in a super weird position with your hands. Yeah, now you're losing it. Push. Feels like you got a little chest work in there but I think that's all as a result of your grip being too wide. So I'm pretty sure you've got that. As soon as you change your grip, I'm pretty sure you'll be locked in on that and it'll feel much better. Fingers crossed. All right, let's find your actual bicep curls. Why don't I see them? Hammer curls. I know there's 2 bicep exercises because I gave you 2 tricep ones, right? We had the underhand tricep, the press. Looks like I'm missing the actual bicep curls, which is weird. That's disappointing. Let me see if I can find them real quick. Hammer curls. I don't know if you sent me them. I don't think you did. Rows, standing wide pull, hammer curl, tricep push down, tricep press. Yeah, you didn't send me them. That's why I don't have them. Well, that would make sense. Yeah, let me pull this instead. And we'll get into some of your lower body stuff. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bit of a pain because I don't have it extracted yet. Before where'd it go? There it is. It was a little delayed, but it's working. Now the trick is, can I get it onto my computer? Or onto my tablet? Downloads. There we go. Uh-oh. Why can you not see the thing anymore? Automatic? That's not good. We lost the window capture. Window. This again. This is why I don't like doing it this way. Trying to extract it on stream is brutal. And it seems like every time there's something that messes up. I don't understand why we lost it in the first place, though. And then hey, stop it. Sometimes the window doesn't show up. Like I'm in a select window, and for some reason, the tablet window isn't even an option. And it should be, because I can clearly see it's there. Oh, it's not there. What the hell? Hold on. The problem is it doesn't exist. There we go. It disappeared when I tried to do the thing. Boom. We got it, we got it. Also, if we lose it, it sucks, because apparently we have to resize it every time. Alright. Oh, crap. Just give me a second. I thought it was weird that they sent me 2 different tracking numbers when they were sending the merch. I didn't understand why. Now we know. Okay, so hammer curls. Did you put those dumbbells there? Got a nice close-up of the dumbbells. So last time we talked about the difference between holding the weight the other way and holding it this way. This already looks better. Oops. We could maybe get a little more of an arch, but I'm being really nitpicky with that because you're very straight up and down here. Very vertical, which is good. What I might get you to do is point your toes out a little bit more. If you're currently here and here, maybe adjust it to like there and there. Get another inch or two on the toes outward. But otherwise, very good starting position. There you go. Look how straight up and down that is. It's perfect. I was like, why are you going so slow? Forgot we were in slow motion. Looks good though. This should feel 100 times better than what it was before. If you feel like you want, like, because you're getting up there in weight, and which means those dumbbells are getting very large. If you feel like you'd like to increase your range of motion, because right now it's really close, like you have to touch the ground to be in a good spot. It's hard to get the weight off the rack. Yeah, well, that's a different issue altogether. But keeping the feet wide and the toes out will keep that difficult. If you'd like to increase your range of motion, you might need to do it somewhere where you can grab a couple of steps and just like put the steps out. You don't have to put them high or anything, but that extra like 2 inches would give you an extra couple of inches range of motion. I'm sure they have those plastic steps with the risers that you could use. But yeah, it looks, I mean, you're straight up and down, you're not leaning, you're not cheating. Like I said, if I want to be really nitpicky, I would try and push that arch in your back a little bit more. And I would be verbally telling you, yeah, you could use a couple of 45-pound plates. That'll work. You need one for each side, obviously. Even 25s. Those bumper plates would be great. Because you should be they should be rubber. Well, obviously they're rubber. And you're not going to slip on them. And they're not going to slip on the floor. Most importantly. The metal plates can sometimes, if you have really flat metal plates, it would work. But generally they've got like little ridges in them, which could mess up your foot position. Yeah, the only other thing I'll say about this one is just really reinforce the keeping the chest up every single time. The exercises like this are really good for mentally getting yourself into the pattern of chest is up and shoulders are down and back. We talk a lot about take your time and go and like stand up against the wall. Let me move screens here. So like go against the wall. Obviously I don't have one here. Stand against the wall, roll those shoulders back and like back and down so you get the the flat scapula and feel how that feels against the wall, and then come back now forward and do your sumo squats. So even though you're holding the weight here, it's gonna be tricky to do. Like the difference between here, which is where you are, and here is big. Just get that little bit extra. I literally want to grab your shoulders and like squeeze your shoulder blades together manually. And that goes for a lot of exercises. That's a big tendency of yours. So I'm just trying to get into the habit of exaggerating that chest up every single time. You should almost feel like there's a stretch through the middle of your rib cage when you're doing this. So yeah. But on that note, I'm gonna save the rest of your lower body stuff for tomorrow because I haven't downloaded it all yet, and we saw the issues that come with that. So let's do the rest of your lower body stuff tomorrow, and we will wrap up this for today. I think your next workout is upper anyway, or it could be the deadlift one. I'm not sure. I've lost track. But yeah, you don't need this stuff right away anyway. So let's do lower tomorrow. We'll go over everything, and I'm gonna get some other videos in there as well. If you guys didn't check out, I put out that short today. It's about the bounce in your step, coming back with my before and afters from the first week. So check that out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. You are on upper tomorrow. Perfect. Sounds good. Yeah, and have a great day. Have a good workout, and we'll see everyone tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you then.